speed. Wow.
Here's Ariana Cox.
No
Cole.
balls and 2 strikes.
Pop back off the netting.
Speed has been established here early.
I know
Back-to-back Ks, both on the changeup as Emmerling is going to make her way out to have a chat. Little battery meeting, but 5 off-speed pitches thrown so far.
She's worked on that pitch a lot.
Most important pitch in the game. You can't change my mind on that. Baseball, softball, doesn't matter. Most important pitch in the game.
I believe this timeout might have been actually asked for by Camise Patterson, the head coach at Alabama State. She was very motherly, I think, is the way to put it, in the way that she was talking to Ariana Cox Cole.
A little coach game over there. 2 quick outs.
Yeah.
Trying to kind of slow things down. A quick 0-2 count here. Just trying to keep her team in the dugout a little bit longer.
She won't, as that's lined right to Agbayani, and that'll do it. Fast start for Huachenyo. 3 up and 3 down. 2 by way of the K. We head to the bottom of the first inning. Oklahoma and Alabama State are scoreless. Sooner softball is presented by Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. And today's game is brought to you by the OU Energy Partners, celebrating Oklahoma's oil and gas industry. This is Sooner. Cassidy Pickering makes her way to the plate. It's Sooner softball, presented in part by OG&E. OG&E, we energize life. And we'd love to thank Love's Travel Stops as the presenting sponsor of OU softball. Love's Travel Stops is the heart of the highway. With DJ Sanchez, I'm Chris Plank. Scoreless top half of the first inning. Here comes Cassidy Pickering for the Sooners. In the circle for Alabama State is Caitlin Hill. First pitch is in for a strike. Hill is 3-0 on the season. This is her 7th appearance, a 6.30 ERA. Righty stares in. They're giving Pick all kinds of room up the middle, and the 0-1 pitch misses high. 1-1. Yes, we did see Caitlin Hill, a third of an inning on Thursday night, walk 2 of the 3 batters that she faced. But she did get the final Sooner out, if you will. The 1-1. Hit hard under the glove of the first baseman, Williams. Into the right field corner. Off the second goes Pickering. She's in with a leadoff double. She does it again, DJ.
Exactly how this game started last night. Very reminiscent. Now, it wasn't a double in the gap, but that ball stroked right down the line and right underneath the glove of first baseman Bailey Williams. Very reminiscent of what we saw just 24 hours ago of how this game against Alabama State began. As Pickering was rounding first base, made contact with the first baseman, Bailey Williams, just didn't have any bearing on the play.
Right.
But had there been a play at second base, Pickering would have been safe regardless.
Is that what the umpires were making a note of?
Yeah.
Does someone get a warning? Does Williams get a warning?
Yes.
Okay. Here's Gabby Garcia. What a weekend Gabby Garcia is having. First pitch, ball 1. In the 13-3 win over Sam Houston State, she went 2 for 3 with a home run and 5 runs batted in. She drove in 5 last night against Alabama State. 2 home runs, 10 runs batted in this weekend for Gabby, the 1-0. Sky to right field. Doesn't feel like it's deep enough. It's not. Caught right in front of the warning track for out number 1. Nice play by Boykin and right. The crowd is so appreciative of Gabby Garcia. They applaud her flyout. And I'm telling you right now, it's almost a shock that she made it out with how good she's been this weekend.
Now, she's been seeing the ball well. And here's the thing. Pickering tags up. Now standing at third base with 1 out. An opportunity here for Sid Barker.
Sydney Barker in the starting lineup again, starting to carve out a pretty nice spot for herself as she takes the first pitch up high, ball 1. She can play every position and arguably might be the best defensive first baseman they have. She can play all 3 outfield positions. She has. Probably a little better in left and right. The 1-0. In for a strike, 1-1. I've been impressed as she gets another start, 3rd straight start at third. I've been really impressed in how well she's played over at third.
Absolutely. And
she might be better defensively than I thought she was.
That's fair.
Yeah. That's not an knock, Sid.
When I think you know, when you've got someone who is a true utility player.
Whoa, this one's got a shot.
See
Deep
ya.
to center field. Oh, get out of here, ball. Sid Barker, a 2-run bomb over the center field wall, and that's how we'll start it in prime time. Sid Barker bombs it out of here, and Oklahoma takes a 2-zip lead.
And Sid Barker continuing to do what she's done here all weekend and doing it this time from the 3-hole, but just letting that ball travel. And again, looking like BP. Just rhythm, getting the foot down and just driving that pitch to the deepest part of the field.
Wow. Sydney Barker. Another home run for the Sooners. So what do we have in the first game? We had 3 in the first game. So Oklahoma as a team this season has now hit 66 home runs.
It's wild.
Here's Lexi McDaniel. She could leave the yard, too, with her power. First pitch misses high. Homered earlier today. I, as a play-by-play guy, then get mad at myself because hey, here's Lexi McDaniel. She's hit it to all parts of the field. But let's talk about the home runs because that's almost the expectation now. Any of these hitters for the Sooners have when they come to the plate. Oh, you didn't hit a home run. You only hit it back up the middle. It's a single, and Lexi McDaniel continues her hot day and her hot start to the home weekend.
Well, in this game, the way that the Sooner offense, and this is a little bit of a different look offensively than what was rolled out in game 1 today, but definitely a different look than what we saw last night against Alabama State. But same thing, on time, spraying all parts of the field, and just passing the bat and starting it here in the first inning, much like what we saw last night.
First pitch to Bella Emmerling is in for a strike.
But I'll say this, and I go back to, and I know we're here in game 2, Lexi McDaniel's at-bat in game 1 was what shifted the tone of that game.
It really did. Not to get too over our skis, but might be a good conversation for the post-game show afterwards. TJ's got it written
I've got
down.
my notes.
I say it now also because for those of you that are listening in the stadium, when you get your car, pop it on 1560 AM, 1-1, way outside, 2-1. Or if you're fancy, you can pull it up on the app and listen through Bluetooth. Emmerling hitting .405 on the season with 5 home runs, 16 runs batted in. Boy, are they going to get this off before the pitch clock expires?
Barely.
3 seconds, 2 seconds. Emmerling popped it up foul. Seemed to be a little miscommunication between the Alabama State pitcher, Caitlin Hill, and at least what sign was coming in.
And Caitlin Hill does not work extremely quick in the circle, and getting the pitch call from the dugout directly.
Right.
But her motion, just everything about it, a little bit slow.
I missed outside, full count. How about Sam Houston State, every player on their rosters from Texas? I don't know why that's just
I get it. Like, right?
crazy,
Like, I
right.
get it, but it is still something you don't see all that often, even though.
3-2, got her swinging.
Nice pitch from Caitlin Hill. You can see her trying to get to that corner on the outer half with the curveball and was just missing just a bit. That pitch a little elevated, but caught Emmerling a little bit wide-eyed.
Here's the Sooner second baseman, Ilana Agbayani, the Gold Glover. With a runner at first now, 2 out. Sooners up 2-zip on a 2-run homer from Sid Barker. First pitch outside, ball 1. I want to make a prediction.
All right.
I don't think that's going to be the only home run that's hit tonight by a Sooner.
That's low-hanging fruit playing.
All right, I'll drill deeper.
Okay.
I don't think that's the only home run Sid Barker is going to hit tonight.
Ooh, okay.
That's a little.
You're going to
that's a little
double
better,
down.
right?
I'm here for that. All right.
1-0 is high, 2 balls and no strikes. There's certain times when you see a player in the batter's box and they just that look.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Sid's had it the last few games. I think there was a point maybe on Saturday where she might have had some rough at-bats, but she's looking good now. 2-0 is way outside, ball 3.
No, I agree, and you can just see it in her approach at the plate. All right, I'm going to put my chips.
Okay, you're going to go with
Tia Malloy. Going to leave the yard.
I'm not against it.
All right.
I think it's a good call, too, the way she's been hitting the ball.
Yes.
Agbayani, by the way, has 3 home runs this season. She's ahead 3-0, and, whoa, that's a fairly generous strike call. Fair, though, fair, as long as Wachenio gets it. Well, what a gorgeous day. If we can get these in February, we can just play all of our games at home like
Wouldn't that be something?
Like Arizona State does early on. 3-1 is up, ball 4. All right. Abby Dayton had herself a game. The Sooner center fielder strides in. 2 on, 2 out, 2-0 Sooners. Abby Dayton has provided when called upon for the Sooners and did so in a big way in game 1. She went 3 for 3, hit a home run, 3 runs batted in. First pitch outside, ball 1. You know, great Sooner fan Warren Blankenship has started his campaign for Abby to be captain. Now, I don't know if this is something we vote on. Warren, I don't know if we get a say, but I'm here for it, buddy. The 1-0 is a little bit in, 2-0.
It's a pretty good miss right there. That's a good spot.
Uh-oh. Oh, I thought she was coming out to argue with the umpire. Time is called. I thought, all right, here we go. A few fireworks early on in this one, but we'll have a quick meeting in the circle. It does lead to a conversation in all seriousness. This is a very unique approach by Patty Gasso and her leadership. There's always a captain or 2. I think we had maybe 3 one season. No, I mean 2 max, I would say. But no captain, no C on the jersey this year.
I've seen both, and I actually, in tracking back, we did not have captains my first 3 years.
Oh, really?
Playing.
So this is new. This isn't new, I should say.
What,
Sorry.
Did you just call me old?
No. Boy, it did sound that way, didn't it? So you're telling me that they dusted this off from way back when you played?
Oh, man. All right, Plank. Well, you can
I'm
call
sorry.
the rest of this game by yourself.
I'm sorry. But no, so this is not, she's done this before.
And I've seen it. But I think part of that, too, if you look at the shift over the last, and I look at the last 2 seasons, right? Coming off of the 4 straight where you had that senior class. Last year, you have a team who's trying to find their identity without.
2-0 misses up high, ball 3 to Dayton.
And I think this year, and captains were named last year, and I think this year, a very young team. I think a team that has kind of found themselves, but still trying to kind of find their own vibe.
3-0 is a called strike.
And I think having captains is great, but I also think that when you don't have them, your natural leaders emerge regardless. And when you have so many underclassmen, you want to see some of those underclassmen emerge and not feel like they're having to look.
There's ball 4. Bases will be loaded.
And, you know, there's obviously some very clear leaders on this team, regardless of whether or not there's a C on the jersey. But I think that it opens, not opportunity, but it kind of gives a little more openness for some of your freshmen to really, Kendall Wells I think is a good example, some of your freshmen to come in and take on some leadership role that maybe they wouldn't take if captains were clearly marked.
Bases loaded for Tia Malloy. She had a cut on the first pitch, fouled it off, strike 1. I feel like that's one thing that's been a really fun thing for me as someone who gets to travel with the team and call their games, has been watching the development of, I think, captains who became captains and probably didn't really know if they wanted to be. The 0-1 is a little bit out, 1-1. I don't know that, and Kelsey, if I'm out of place, you tell me. I don't know that Kelsey Arnold ever wanted to be a captain, but she became one and became a great one, a 2-year captain.
Well, she doesn't give off that initial, right? But having that different type of leadership is important.
It was really cool to see. Here's the 1-1. Wow. Your prediction almost came to fruition as that one was lasered foul. I think, and Lindsey Elam was a 3-year captain, and I don't know that Lindsey came into things as, what would she have been, a sophomore, and said, this is my team. So, you know, I thought that watching her develop, and I think you just hit something on the head. We're watching captains develop, even though they don't have the C on their jersey right now. I think the player standing on first base is definitely one of those. The 1-2 pitch to Malloy, way outside. Really nice job behind the plate on the short hop by the catcher, Bruss. She didn't get to block it. She just had to kick that leg out and scoop it. 2-0 Sooners. We're in the bottom of the first inning, bases loaded for Tia Malloy, who hammers one deep to center field. Oh, get out of here, ball! DJ Sanchez called it. She said, I'm telling you, Tia Malloy's going to hit a home run tonight. And it's a grand slam home run in the bottom of the first inning. It's Tia time. Airplane into home plate. Stomp on it. Sooners in control on a grand slam from Tia.
I've said it all weekend. Just the absolute confidence, and I'm going to say the same word again, conviction that Tia Malloy has when she steps in the box. Everything that she was doing in that at-bat, you could see the adjustment pitch to pitch. She was a little early as she hooked the long foul ball down the right side, adjusted that rhythm, got a click later, and got the grand slam. I'll tell you this much, if Barker does it again, I think we need to go to the casino.
Yeah, we'll be at Riverwind after the game tonight for the post-game show. Cheney Helton has to duck away for one that comes right over the top of her helmet for ball one. 8 runs batted in, 3 home runs, including a couple here last night, the 1-0. She hits it hard down the first base line, but foul. Coweta, Oklahoma. Mascot, you know?
Tigers?
Well done.
Hey, hey.
Is the rival still Wagner for Coweta fans? The 1-1. Hammered to right center field at the wall. Oh, my goodness. Terrell went up and took away a home run. Cheney Helton got robbed.
And Terrell's sticking with it. Finding the...
Boys playing good. Boys playing really good. Six 0 Sooners as we head to the second. Alabama State heads to the plate with their 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Oklahoma Athletics would like to thank the official Eat, Play, Stay partners. Hal Smith Restaurants, visit Norman, Cup Pop, Norman, NCED, and Midway Deli. Visit Soonersports.com for more information. Yana Frank takes the first pitch for a strike from Miley Wachenio. All right, next great debate I need your help with.
Okay.
Take me through what you feel about Wachenio's pre-wind routine. From the down low, little cross body. 0-1 is in for a strike.
And
there's a lot going on. Right? Okay, good. I want to make sure I wasn't losing my mind.
And I say that in the nice. The first thing that catches my eye is how narrow she is on the mound. With the very first at bat of the game, she had to step off because she was so narrow. If you look at her front foot and her back foot, I mean they're literally almost in line with each other as the 0-2 misses outside, but. Quite a bit going on, and but that's one of those things she's probably done since she was young.
Yeah.
And it's something. It's so much of it is just timing.
Popped up back towards us. Look out! It's going to pop back down onto the field.
But it's interesting the things, and we pitchers are a weird breed, man. But and I say that with love, but it's one of those things I feel like. And if you watch every pitcher, even ones that have, relatively smooth and, wind-ups.
Oh, my, 1-2. Pulled the string but missed low.
There's a quirk in there somewhere that I believe is timing-based.
Okay.
I slid my front foot across the rubber. I mean, that was my timing. So can be small things with where you're bringing your glove.
The action clock is at 2. Bella Immerling gets time. She'll jog out. And by no means, I mean, I'm not saying anything negative about
No,
it.
not
It's
at all.
just you see so many different hitches, twitches, different variations.
Just across the board.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's so much of it. I mean, it's so much repetition and, emotion for a pitcher it's sacred.
Right.
It is. It's one of those things of there are certain things that you do just because it's what works.
Wow, that ball's hit well and deep to left field. Tia Malloy is going to watch it fly out of here. Ayanna Frank got a hold of one and launched it over the left field wall. And Alabama State has cut it to 6-1. They are over the moon. That is their first run in 12 innings that they've played so far here in Norman, and the crowd gives them a bit of a clap. I mean, it's 6-1. Sooners still in control. You don't like it, but
I think the thing that I take and go and look at with that is Ayanna ahead in the count, right?
yeah.
And Ayanna Frank doing a good job of taking hacks and taking advantage of a mistake. But when you're working, especially that count was 0-2 at one point.
Here's Alana Scott, and the first pitch is a little bit in for ball 1.
So Lana Scott makes some really good defensive plays at second base yesterday.
She did.
I walked away.
She made a couple in the first game, too.
Yep.
I don't know if you got to see them against Sam Houston State.
Up the middle.
They were
Very
good.
solid defensive second baseman.
1-0 is popped up to third. Sid Barker is under it, makes the catch 1 away.
That's a good response.
What did you see in the pitch from Wachenio? Did she just miss a spot, or
Just catching too much plate. And again, especially in a 2-strike count. And that's part of that. We hear, and I'm not going, I don't think this applies in the same way to Wachenio as maybe, Coach Gasso talking about it with Alyssa Parker, being a thrower and not a pitcher.
right? There's a strike. That's Haley Sims.
But we all run into that sometimes,
Sure.
right? Of making sure that you are throwing your pitches not just outside, but you're getting to the corner. You're getting a ball off the plate when you're in a 1-2, 2-2 count.
Here's the 0-1 to Sims. Popped up, back to the circle. Wachenio makes the catch, 2 away. Just trying to get the number. That for Wachenio is the 7th home run she's given up this year. So, I mean, it's been a bit of an issue. I think it's fair to say.
And again, and that's just, it's legitimately in pitch location. And especially when you see those home run numbers a little bit higher as that pitch is fouled straight back.
Bailey Williams here, the first baseman. Just trying to look at the numbers from last year. Sometimes we get the career numbers. Other times we got to dig slightly for them, just to kind of get an idea of where Wachenio was when it came to home runs allowed. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Last year, she gave up 14 home runs in 136 innings. Seems okay.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, not bad.
0-2, swing and a miss. By the way, she also had 180 strikeouts last year, and Wachenio has 3 today. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Sooners give one up on the home run from Ayanna Frank. University of Oklahoma and Sooner Sports Properties would like to thank our concession partners: Dos Equis, Dickey's Barbecue Pit, Shakes Frozen Custard, Gin and Juice, Pizza Hut, H&TO, Coop Ale Works, Kona Ice, and Rock and Roll Tequila. And the best place to gear for game day is the Sooner Shop. Sooner Shop is the official fan shop of OU Athletics, located on the west side of Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. Online shopping available at shop.soonersports.com. 6-1 Sooners. First pitch in the bottom of the second inning is a little bit out to Cassidy Pickering for ball 1. Doubled and set the tone, it felt, for game 2. The 1-0, a little bit up. We're getting some odd placed sun here, DJ.
It's coming out from the left side of the field, right over the building.
Maybe maybe I'm just not used to it. Maybe I lean up a little bit further. And that's blaring right into the booth. Swing and a miss on the 2-0. She was way out in front of it. 2 balls and a strike.
And Caitlin Hill, a little bit of change of speeds.
You know, I heard it's the most important thing in
It
pitching.
is. I must have heard that from a wise person.
The 2-1 is, boy, just out, ball 3. I listen to you. I take notes with what you say. I pay attention. Pickering's numbers currently have her hitting .528 on the season with 8 home runs. She also has tallied 26 runs batted in, and there's, strike 2. It should also be mentioned that she is the team leader, having drawn now 20 walks on the season. 20.
Now, am I wrong in saying Pickering led the team in walks last year, too?
She pops this one foul down the left field line, slicing off the net.
Without looking at stats?
Now I want to look at stats.
Okay.
I think you're right. I need to hire a statistician for this. Full count here for Pickering. Gabby Garcia waits on deck. 3-2. Pop that. On the right side, this could be trouble, though. Racing out and making the catch for out number 1 is Atlanta Scott. Shouldn't doubt her. She's been solid at second. All right, last season walks. Cassidy Pickering led the team with 51. Remember who was number 2? Want to take a guess?
Ella Parker?
She was 3rd.
Ooh.
Sydney Sanders with 44 walks drawn last year. 1 away for Gabby Garcia. First pitch low, ball 1. Garcia was finally retired last half inning, or bottom half of the first inning. Though it looked like for a moment it might get out of here. Both her and Cheney Helton looked like they were going to hit bombs in the first inning to go along with Tia Malloy and Sid Barkers. 1-0 is up high. 2 balls and no strikes. I don't know how to describe it. It's just I feel like every single time Gabby Garcia gets ready to swing the bat, she's going to hit a home run. Now that she's done it as much as she has, every single time, it just looks like she's going to jack it out of the yard. Even when she pops it up on the infield like this. That's short. Catch is made, 2 and away.
Well, and this is 2 at-bats in a row. This is something we did not see. We saw it in game 1 here today against Sam Houston State, but if you track back to last night's game against Alabama State.
Right.
Didn't see a lot of these at-bats again, and I talked about this a lot. When you've got a pitcher who doesn't have a ton of velocity, but Caitlin Hill, again, doing a pretty good job of working her pitches and being around the strike zone. We're starting to see some big hacks instead of letting the ball get deep and driving it. Hit the ball where it's pitched, right? As simple as that. As the first pitch to Sydney Barker's in for a called strike.
Homered in her last at bat.
Showing a little bit more controlled aggression is what we want to see going through this lineup the second time.
The 0-1 spins outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Our man Stephen York, who I believe is in Shakota, maybe, could be wrong, asked if there was video review this week, and there is. We do have review, replay, and an action clock. The 1-1 pitch misses up and away, 2-1. In fact, the umpires yesterday, we were just wrapping up our pregame show when the umps came by to double check where the setup was. Where's review in this place? My conversation with Coach came to an end. Here's the 2-1. Loop to short, caught. Tough inning for the Sooner offense. Something you haven't seen against Alabama State this weekend. We head to the 3rd. Oklahoma 6, though. Alabama State 1. The University of Oklahoma and Sooner Sports Properties would like to thank our concession partners, Community Coffee, Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers, High Noon, Cup Pop, Nacho Express, Conecuh Sausage, and Evan Williams. And the Sooner Softball is brought to you in part by Orthodontics exclusively. Is proud to sponsor the junior captain of the game, the ultimate fan experience for children grades 3 through 6. Visit either locations in Norman or South OKC for your free consultation. 6-1 Sooners back to work for Miley Wachenio. And the first pitch misses a little bit low to Tiffany Bruss, the catcher, an 8-hole hitter. Hitting in the 8th spot might be the better way to phrase that. 167 average. Just 2 for 12 to start the season for Bruss, who swings through the 1-0 pitch for strike one. Oh, it's the third inning. Do you know what that means, DJ? Do you know what that means around here?
Do we do shout-outs? Is that a thing we do?
Third inning shout-outs.
Are people excited about it?
By One Oklahoma. Powered by Sooner Sports Properties, fan field, athlete focused. Here's the 1-1 to Bruss. Bunts it too hard and foul. Shauna Mullins has already checked in from Section 1 with her son. Shane is in Woodward. David and Diane in Oklahoma City. Kyle Davis, I don't know how you do it, but at the Daring Pastry, you are one of my favorite follows on Twitter. Here's the 1-2 pitch up high. In fact, if you don't follow Kyle Davis on Twitter, DJ, I think you should.
Okay.
He's able to get highlight clips and stats and numbers and great questions. Even sent me the replay so we can watch how close it came. That 2-2 pitch misses ball 3.
And this is something, and again, I think, we're talking about the highlight of the home run that Frank hit back in the second. Very similar here. Again, full count. Really want to see Wachenio get that 2-strike pitch, just like what we saw, yes. But do it quicker, right? Working deep into those counts, and I guess my point, you got to love the strikeout regardless of how it comes. But we saw 2 pretty big misses, way high, way low. Get that pitch through the zone. Make it more of a competitive pitch with 2 strikes.
Here's Janiyah Boykin, 9th spot in the lineup, right fielder. Strikeouts this year brought to you by Tinker Federal Credit Union. As the first pitch misses outside. U plus TFCU, one of the nation's leading credit unions. That's the 4th strikeout of the game for Wachenio. Put her at 35 on the season. I gave a bad number earlier about her career strikeouts, as that misses low and away. It's 160 from Ole Miss. So, we're approaching 200 career strikeouts for Miley Wachenio. Janiyah Boykin, the right fielder, making her 10th start in the now 20 games that Alabama State has played this year. The 2-0 pitch hits it hard and foul.
And you can just see, even from our angle up here, you can see the spin, the revolutions on the ball coming out of Wachenio's hand. And I say this a lot, and she has good velocity, but she throws a heavy ball. It's got that, you can see the spin, and when it gets that break, it just has that almost just falling action.
2-1, a little bit outside. We have heard from the great Justin Yahola, Riverwind Casino, him and his wife Kelly. They're in Goldsby, America. Some say it's the fastest growing city in America.
Who's they?
Me and Justin. Here's the 3-1. Oh, ball 4.
Yeah. To the 9-hole.
Things you don't like to see. By the way, shout out to Justin, Riverwind Casino. Spent my morning there. Great people. And also, late night. Justin's going to the Thunder game tonight. That's like an 8:30 tip. It's past my bedtime.
I was going to say, I'm going to be in bed by 9.
Here's Brooke Ramsey, the leadoff hitter. Strikeout victim back in the first. 6-1, the Sooners lead it. Pitch is low. Danny David, as Coach Gasso walks out, is tuned in from Durant. Doug's in Piedmont. And Doug, you are the greatest. Doug's in Piedmont. and his wife and his sister-in-law are at the game in right field. He's
Nice.
trying not to take the hero proclamation like he should. You're staying at home, buddy. You're staying at home.
That's 2 nights in a row, isn't it?
And you're sending the wife and the sister-in-law. Now, the sister-in-law is a delicate relationship, right? That's a big one. I've got a great one. I'm lucky. Okie Phil is rolling tonight. Fulton, Mississippi. Tulsa, by the way, is battling Nebraska tonight. They're in the top of the 5th inning, 2-1 Huskers.
Man.
Tulsa giving them all they could handle. Our guy Shane Sanders has us synced up in the SAS Coliseum in Midwest City. Mickey and Nick are tuning in Sugarland. Melinda is watching with her daughter Michaela in Owasso, Oklahoma. Here we go, meeting's over. The 1-0.
That's a good spot right there. And
Ball 2. Coach Gassos let him have it.
rightfully so. That's a good spot.
2 balls and no strikes.
I would keep an
6-1
eye-
Sooners. I'm sorry, DJ.
No, keep an eye on Boykin at first.
2-0 pitch is a bunt hard back to Wachenio. She'll go to second for 1 to first. Oh, close. No, safe.
Wachenio, off the bat, in what was supposed to be a sacrifice bunt, which could have been a bunt for a hit coming from Ramsey in the leadoff spot, but too hard, right back to Wachenio, and immediately trying to roll it up.
Mackenzie Owens will pinch run here. Mackenzie Owens got the start and was their leadoff hitter in the opener. See if she stays in the game as she pinch runs here. Doug, Lindsay, Desi Jackson, and Sawyer are all tuned in from Sierra Vista, Arizona. Well done, Doug. TJ's in Houston.
That's my neck of the woods.
You drove here from
I
there.
did, from Cypress, Texas, USA.
Nate and Rachel in Athens, Georgia, as Jay Brielle Terrell digs in. 0 for 1, lined out to second. Shows bunt, takes a strike. A lot of questions about Nelly that have been rolling in. She is here. She came in late as a defensive substitution. By I mean late, she played 1/2 inning. 0-1 is a bunt that came back up and hit the bat. She was still in the batter's box, though. So, Cindy, yes, Nelly is here, but she is just an observer. In fact, she right there in the middle of the dugout. You might think it's Sid Romero if you see her from behind. Maybe that's the... Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Boy, just staying alive.
And Alabama State, last 3 hitters showing, I mean, 2 outs right now, runner at first, you're down 5, a bunt's not going to get a lot done, but just Alabama State trying to do anything they can to get runners on base.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Sooners up 6-1. Wachenio brings it home.
It's a good spot.
Just missed.
So apparently that corner is not a strike today.
I don't know if it's a blind spot in Brent Harden's zone or what, but
Caitlin Hill not getting the call either on the other side of the ball.
Yeah,
She's thrown some good pitches as well that have been called balls. So
it's universal.
yeah.
The 1-2 up high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mariana Cox, Cole waits on deck. Sooners in shallow in the outfield with Malloy in left, Dayton in center, and Haney in right, playing pretty much straight up. Dayton shifted a little bit towards left center, but they are in shallow. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Good job, Miley Wachenio. Works around that walk. And as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning, Oklahoma looks to add to its 6-1 lead. This is Sooner softball from Learfield.
Learn more and join today at Soonersports.com/kidsclub.
Lexi McDaniel will lead things off. Thank you, DJ. 6-1 Sooners. Get them both? We good? Oh, we need Sonic?
We gotta
Swing
do
by your
Sonic.
local Sonic to try out the all-new, all-American Sonic Smasher. Live free beneath the all-American Sonic Smasher. 6-1, bottom of the 3rd.
figured I'd let you talk about the Sonic Smasher.
You can tell I'm hungry tonight. Fouled straight back towards us. Lexi McDaniel. What a weekend she's having. Singled, scored a run in the first inning. That's here to lead things off in the third. Tim Jones is tuned in and watching from Lexington, Texas. Bruce is in Birmingham. A boomer from Bill and Joel Rogers out in Rogersville, Tennessee. Wow. That ball is destroyed. Lexi McDaniels bombs it over the left field wall. And Oklahoma takes a 7-1 lead on a nuke, a tank, a blast off the bat of the freshman. Wow. That was a shot. You knew it was gone off the bat.
And just towering. I mean, Lexi McDaniel is making it look easy in the box today. I mean, she's not the only Sooner that's swinging the bat well. But, I mean, just watching, I mean, she's hitting home runs with ease. And we've watched her do it today.
Home runs this year are brought to you by Brahms. Brahms Ice Cream and Dairy Stores, farm fresh for over 50 years. I mean, wow, what a shot. Here's Bella Emmerling. She had a ball, popped it up behind home plate. Look out, fans got to make a catch. Oh, what a snag. Is that Allen? No, I don't think so, but what a catch. What a catch by the fan down in the front row. Went right through one dude's wickets. Boom, he caught it. No balls and a strike to Bella Emmerling, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. 7-1 Sooners. Oh, that's fouled off. Felt like she just missed that one. Just missed it.
Yeah, Emmerling just a little bit early.
Warren and Sheila not at Walmart, but checking in anyway. Amanda and Braylon and the boys are tuned in from Temple, Oklahoma. Riley and Jordan Stark in Tahlequah. Kim in Waleetka. Kyle at his office in Muskogee. Here's a ball that's hit deep to right field at the wall. It is gone. The Sooners go back to back in the bottom of the third inning, and it's 8-1 on the fourth home run of the game.
And I can see Coach Gasso as Emmerling is rounding third. She's nodding her head. You got to love the adjustment. The pitch before, 2 pitches before, really, and even in Emmerling's first at-bat. She was early. She was not on time. What an adjustment. Going, I better get late. She does that and just absolutely powers the ball oppo. But you got to love the mid-at-bat adjustment coming from Emmerling.
Wow. And that was deep for Bella Emmerling. Home run number 6 on the season. We'll get those numbers on some of the earlier home runs as the first pitch to Ilana Agbayani misses outside. The home run by Tia Malloy, the grand slam, 263 feet, 79 miles an hour out to center field. That was the numbers on Tia's bomb. We'll get those numbers on Lexi and Bella here in just a second. Boy, Ilana looked like she wanted to on that 1-0 pitch that stayed up high. 8-1 Sooners. 8 runs now on 6 hits, and 4 of those 6 hits are home runs. 2-0. That drops in for a strike, 2-1. These two teams play again tomorrow, too. One more showdown with each other.
And I think here's the, you're watching, and we say this sometimes. I feel like we say it a couple times throughout the season. We get a little bit spoiled at the fact of it's very rare that the Sooners play a game. That pitch just misses outside for ball 3.
That's that spot, though, yeah.
It's the same spot that we're seeing not get called for Wachino as well. So, but at least it's I don't like it, but at least it's consistent. But it's very rare you see a Sooner game where there's not at least one home run hit. I mean, it's not something that is.
There's ball 4. What do you make of the Ilana Agbayani approach to just drop the bat in the batter's box and take the Evo shield off in the batter's box before going down to first base?
I mean,
It's consistent.
it's consistent, and at least she's not handing it to Fale at first base. You're like, hold this for me.
Poor Foley's over there holding like 12 different Evo
Yep.
shields.
Hold this until we get 3 outs.
We're going to get a pitching change here from Alabama State. That'll do it for now for Caitlin Hill. The new pitcher for the Hornets, it looks like it's going to be Mason Quinney, whom we saw a bit last night. We'll tell you about the new Alabama State pitcher when we come back in 60 seconds. Pitching changes brought to you by Love's Travel Stops. Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway from Learfield. I can say Love's Travel Stops. Love's Travel Stops.
Right?
Love's, okay. Feel like tongue-tied. Abby Dayton digs in. Mason Quinney is the new Alabama State pitcher. The righty brings it home and nearly hits Dayton as Agbayani takes off and steals second. In fact, I'm not so sure she didn't hit Abby Dayton.
Dayton shaking her head no. You could see Coach Gasso asking if it got her in the helmet.
Stolen base, though, by Alana Agbayani. She was going before the pitch went to the backstop.
I think it may have been a hit and run.
If it was, that was not a hittable pitch. The 1-0 pitch is down 2-0.
The one time you get a pass.
Right, you get a
for
pass
not swinging
this
the
time.
bat.
8-1 Sooners. We're in the bottom of the third inning.
Only
6-run
allowed.
first and 2 runs in the third.
Only allowed if it might hit you in the face. That is literally the only option.
That's a wild pitch. Off to third goes Agbayani. 3-0 count on Abby Dayton. Russ, the catcher for Hornets, is getting a workout back there today. 3 balls and no strikes. We have seen Quinney before this weekend. There's ball 4 up high. It's like most pitchers on Thursday night, it did not go well. An inning and 2/3. She gave up 11 runs on 7 hits, but only 5 of those 11 runs were earned. She did walk 5, struck out 1.
Yeah, Quinney in the back half of that game. If you look at last night's game, at the beginning it was just flat out, you couldn't defend it, right? Gap to gap, home runs. By the time Quinney entered the game, you started kind of seeing some of those self-inflicted wounds as the first pitch to Malloy misses low and away, the walks, the errors. Didn't see that early in the game from Alabama State. It was just flat out an offensive domination.
Well, that nearly hit Tia Malloy. And now Dayton's got the little delayed steal going on. Stops halfway through and on the throwback takes second base. That's a veteran play from Abby. One that if you draw the throw, you get in a rundown, maybe try to score the run. Boy, that nearly hit Malloy again as she whipped away from it. Her helmet flew off. She gives a thumbs up to Coach Gasso. Coach Gasso gives the universal calm down, settle down. And now she's going to use an opportunity to talk to Tia Malloy, I think. Also, Bruss, the catcher for Alabama State, realized I probably need to go out and talk to Quinney here, and she goes out to try to calm her down a bit.
Well, and you can just kind of see just a little visibly shaken. I mean, Quinney, not that she's having a hard time finding the strike zone. Right now, her misses are huge.
Yeah.
So it's not really close right now. So at this point, it's not necessarily throwing better pitches. It's finding the strike zone just in general. She's having a hard time.
Exactly. It's a very kind way to put it.
I may be a lot of things.
Yeah, no, I mean,
not kind.
I think it was kind. There's ball 4, and the bases will be loaded for Cheney Helton. That's 3 hitters, 3 straight walks. You got to get her, right? And they will. And we'll have a pitching change for Alabama State. You know, there was something off. Don't know what it was, but Quinny will be heading back to the dugout, and we'll get a pitching change as Amanda Cintron will check into the game. We'll take a 60-second timeout, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops. Oklahoma 8, Alabama State 1. New pitcher brought to you by Love's, the heart of the highway from Learfield. Cheney Helton digs in with the bases loaded. New pitcher is Amanda Cintron. Got the start on Thursday night. That's incorrect, Plank. She came in first out of the pen, throws a strike here. An inning and 2/3 in relief. 10 hits, 13 runs, 3 walks. And has a unique flip change that she breaks out. The ball's in a strike to Cheney Helton, who had a home run robbed from her. She lines this one foul and quickly falls behind, no balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, there's a huge gap between what she throws, her fastball, and her movement pitches and what she throws that changeup. I mean, we saw it last night. There were a couple that almost looped in, but
yeah.
I mean, it's a massive discrepancy between the two. Almost, I would say at times almost too much. But that's the risk you run when you throw that type of changeup, is that pitch misses low. Good job by Bruss behind the plate, keeping it in front. But anytime you throw those changeups and those off speeds where you're kind of throwing the ball out of the back of your hand, or you're doing a flip, which is an awkward position to be in to begin with, you run that risk of just being a hair too late and that pitch kind of sailing or looping in, and that's definitely not the intention.
1-2, rip foul down the left field line. Cheney Helton's having herself a nice at bat.
The other side of that coin, when you've got a really good one.
Yeah.
They are so deadly.
Most famous flip change? Lisa Fernandez.
I think she even had her, like, they called it like the spider. Like, you know,
really?
I don't even know. It had its own personal name because it was a flip, kind of. Like,
yeah.
it was, you know, it was flip adjacent of her kind of throwing that ball out of the back of her hand.
The 1-2 again is grounded towards second. Nice play. They'll get the easy out at first base. Helton will drive in a run on the RBI ground out. Everybody moves up 60, and it's 9-1 Sooners. And we are officially in run rule territory.
And you can see Alana Scott, second baseman for Alabama State, working for outs. At this point, you don't have the infield, the middle infield's not drawn in, trying to keep runs off the board. There was part of me that thought they may have tried to flip and get the lead out at second, but Alabama State defense just working for outs.
Second and third now for the Sooners. Here's Pig, who lines one into the right center field gap. It's up the alley. It's to the wall. Easily scoring is Tia Malloy. Abby Dayton touches home plate. It's all Sooners, and Cassidy Pickering have a weekend. 11-1 Oklahoma.
She's an absolute double machine. Second one here tonight. Again, you know Pick is seeing the ball well when she is just working gap to gap, and we've seen her double to the left side of the field. We've seen her pull a ball to the right center field gap.
Everywhere.
Yes, just spraying the ball all over the field.
Gabby Garcia takes ball 1. Kurt and Kathy are tuned in from Ponca City. Judy's in Tahlequah. Susan Walden is listening from the engineering quad today. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Keep forgetting we're still in the 3rd. That misses low, only 1 out. Tim asks a good question. What is the OU softball actual budget for softballs? These girls are destroying and losing them quickly. Yeah, that's a good question. It's a really good question. We'll ask Coach tomorrow in our pregame.
I'm sure she's going to give us that number down to the penny.
I want to know now.
That's sarcasm. She's going to roll her eyes and say, guys.
Ground ball down the first base line. They're going to say foul. Fale is arguing that it was fair. Be careful, Fale. They're going to say foul ball. We do not have a replay monitor in our booth. But from my vantage point, it looks like it went right over the bag and might have even touched the glove of the first baseman, Williams. And I don't think in an 11-1 game you want to get too carried away in challenging anything, but they won't. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch. Ooh, just low. Angela Talarico is in Mountain Home. Shane asks, what's the over-under on home runs this season? 150? Buddy, that's a lot, but they've already got almost 70, so I think I'd take the over. 3-1 is ripped. There it is. That's fair down the first base line into the corner. Oh, and Fale, as Fale pointed it fair, Gabby ran into the first baseman, and there was a collision, so Gabby's going to get second base. They'll call obstruction and move her to second, and that's the second time that's happened.
And that's the same thing that happened to start the ball game with Cassidy Pickering's double. Exact same situation. I think Gabby Garcia even made a little bit more contact. But, hey, they call the first one foul. Try again.
Fale, I mean, it was so minimal. The first one looked fair, and Coach Steele was pretty adamant that it was fair. And then whenever the second one that was fair, she just pointed.
Ball doesn't lie.
That's right. Sooner Jimmy Akers asked, any update on Coach Rocha? Just continued prayers, thinks she's getting rest. She's missed and loved, and can't wait to get her back. We're going to get a pitching change here. No? I think they're going to change first baseman. Wow. This isn't a pitching change. This is a positional change. And they're going to go ahead and take Williams out at first base. And they're going to bring in Addison Giles. This is something you don't see very often, but there's been 2 obstruction calls on her. Not claiming anything's intentional, but just...
No, not intentional. And you could just see Williams at first base, especially because they were very similar to Cassie Pickering's double in the first inning as that first pitch is in for called strike 1. Same thing, straight down the line, and you can just see Williams not recognizing where she was in the field of play.
Coach Gasso came racing in with a lineup card. It looks like noted pinch runner Alyssa Parker is going to take over at second base, and that might be the night for Gabby Garcia with the Sooners up 12-1. Give her a couple innings off defensively. By the way, the junior PA announcer for this game is Alyssa Parker's sister.
Oh, I love it.
I just saw her step that out in the hall. What a great dude. What a cool family. Here's Sid Barker. She's 1 for 2 with a home run on the night. First pitch, little bit out, ball 1. Oh, man. That Oklahoma sunset, holy smokes.
Beautiful.
The pink skies beyond the left field wall. Lights you can see from Kimry Family Stadium as OU baseball's rolling Gonzaga. Women's gym coming up in a bit. You might be driving up Highway 9 for that. Here's the 1-1, a little bit out. What a gorgeous night, what a gorgeous day we've had in Oklahoma. Hope you've got to spend most of it with us. Let's do it again tomorrow. DJ and I will be back on the air at 1:30 p.m. with the pregame show. OU and Sam Houston and OU and Alabama State. Wow, there's a laser to the right center field gap. It'll get to the wall. Barker rounds first, on her way to second. It's an RBI double as Alyssa Parker easily scores from second, and it's 14-1. The Sooners will bat around in the third. It's a 7-run third.
And Barker just seeing the ball well, and you got to love the response. Much like what we saw again, it's so reminiscent in some ways. Sooners hang a 0 in the second, putting up a crooked number in the third, batting around, continuing to respond. And I think that's such a big piece of what Coach Gasso is wanting to see this young team do.
Here's Lexi McDaniel. She's already homered this inning. She fouls that one back. KP and Bubba are tuned in from their Airbnb on the moon. Dude, what kind of service are you guys getting up there? Rebecca and Diane are cheering on from Pflugerville. Doris and Jason Parley are watching in Lawton. Ty's out in L.A. as the 0-1 pitch misses low. I should probably be clear. Ty's actually in Burbank today. I heard from our man Drake Stenberg that I kind of joked about being in bed by 9 o'clock tonight. He's like, there's no way you're going to be in bed by 9 o'clock tonight. There's a wild pitch on the 1-1 to the backstop, 2 balls and a strike. Congratulations, Drake, on your marriage. Can't wait to see you at the World Series, if not sooner. Doris and Jason in Lawton. Thanks to everyone who has checked in tonight. I'll scroll through some of these older ones while we still have some time here in the bottom of the third inning. It's a 7-run third already. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Wow. That is an absolute moonshot. Deep to left center field and long gone. A 2-homer game. No. A 2-homer inning from Lexi McDaniel. And Oklahoma just continues to pour it on offensively.
Ease. I said it when she hit the first one to lead the third inning off, and here she comes again, but she is seeing the ball so well that she is literally hitting home runs with ease. It looks like she is taking batting practice. And it's not just here in game 2. She did it when she was put into game 1 as well.
This will be the Sooners have put 9 on the board this inning. This will be the 11th batter this inning. Of the 10 hitters so far for the Sooners, the first pitch to Bella is fouled back. 9 of the 10 have scored a run, and the only out is on an RBI ground out.
Keywords are RBI ground out.
RBI ground out. How about that? No balls and a strike to Bella. She homered earlier this inning. That's a little bit low in him. You know, I know that we love to dig into some stats. Our buddy Jessica Bain up in Ohio, but have we ever had 2 hitters hit 2 home runs in the same inning?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's bounced foul. Okay.
Oh, wait. The same hitter hit 2 home runs in the same
inning?
inning?
No. 2 different hitters each hit 2 home runs in the same inning.
Oh, I'm going to say probably not.
Probably, because Lexi McDaniel just hit her second, and it's a 1-2 count right now on Bella Emmerling, who homered earlier here in the third.
But if it's ever going to happen, it's going to happen right now.
Why not? You got a chance. This is already a 5-homer game for the Sooners. Emmerling grounds this one to third. Nice throw, nice play. Sims gets the out, 2 away. So they hit 3 in the opener. So 5 plus 3, quick math, is 8. So, oh my gosh, that was their 70th home run this season.
Now, the pace right now is
oh my gosh.
The way that this team is pacing right now with home runs. Now, granted,
there's a hard hit ball back up the middle, past the diving shortstop Frank into left center field. It'll get to the wall, and it's a double for Ailana Agbayani.
Much like what we saw and what we've seen really all day offensively. We're seeing the long ball, but we're also seeing this offense set the table and just work gap to gap. It's really, really I mean, it's dominant, but it's really showing how kind of well-rounded this offense is 1 through 9. You know, it's really easy to sit here and talk about the home runs, but I mean, I always look at double numbers.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to know how good a hitter is. Look at their doubles.
Matt's checked in Spring, Texas with his wife, Karen, who is in left center field with her daughter, Maddie. You guys are something else. You're giving up your tickets for your kid and your wife to go. Well done tonight, Matt.
And making the trip up from Spring?
I don't think that's necessarily a short drive, is it, as the first one misses out?
About 6 hours.
I'm contemplating driving to Baton Rouge.
Okay.
I mean, sad, right?
No.
The 1-0 pitch is a little bit out. To get to Spring, Texas, at this exact moment from where we are sitting.
I'm telling you, 6, give or take. Spring is close to Cypress, where I'm at.
154 miles. A little bit low. I think I'm wrong. Never mind. 5 hours, 46 minutes.
Okay.
434 miles.
I could do that in 5:15.
Bet.
All right.
Well done, Matt. Well done. Here's the 3-0 pitch to Abby. Whoa, she swings and pops it up into left field. Catch is made. That'll do it for the Sooners in the bottom of the 3rd inning. But wow, what an inning. 9 runs, 14 batters come to the plate. And Oklahoma, if they weren't already in control, is now in complete control. Thanks to Julie, Swayze, and Brian tuned in Wayne, Oklahoma, the hometown of Kaylee Clifton. Bobby and Brenda watching in Walters, Oklahoma. (15-1) Sooners as we head to the 4th inning. We'd like to thank our OU community outreach partners, Fowler Auto Group, OU Health, OG&E, and Coca-Cola. The University of Oklahoma Athletics is one with you. And we'd like to thank Love's Travel Stops as the presenting sponsor of OU softball. Love's Travel Stops is the heart of the highway. All right, we got a lot of changes, including Nellie McEnroe-Marinas in at third base. Kirsten Deal in the circle, and the first pitch is a little bit up, ball 1. So the infield is all new. Alyssa Parker at short. Nellie at third. The right side of the infield has Lexi McDaniel at first and Sid Barker at second. 1-0. Line drive, base hit down the corner. It'll hit off the wall. Rounding first, headed towards second. It's a leadoff double.
And Cox Cole, I mean, she's hit the ball hard. Both at-bats here tonight, lined out to second base in her first at-bat. But going to say this about Alabama State, just aggressive at-bats. I mean, we've seen them trying to do a little bit of short game, coming up, starting to swing it. One thing they've struggled with in their time in Norman in the last day, and this being their 3rd game, is putting runs on the board.
First pitch, strike called. All right, we got a lot of things to unpack here. Number 1, outfield remains the same with Tia Malloy in left, Abby Dayton in center, and Cheney Helton out in right. Kirsten Deal. Sooners trying to see what they are going to have in the senior this year as the 0-1 pitch misses up. It's been a bit of a rough start for Katie. Still have to close the book on Miley Wachenio, which we will do.
I think so much for Deal. She has been put, in her career, I mean, she's been put in some really big moments.
1-1 misses outside, 2-1.
You know, so it's a little, it seems a little funny to say as a senior that she needs to build some confidence.
Yeah, but it does kind of seem that way.
Yes.
I think that's fair. She's only thrown 4 1/3 innings so far this season. A 2-1 is a little bit up all three. She's had a couple of outings where, for instance, in the game the Sooners lost to Arizona 11-6. I think they were going to try to use maybe an in-game pitching rotation with using her and Alyssa Parker and maybe kind of mix it up a little bit more to give a different look to Arizona. There's a hard bunt down the first base line. They let her roll foul, full count. She ended up only throwing 3 pitches in that game and allowed a hit. She had an 8-pitch outing against Idaho State where in a third of an inning she gave up 1 hit. It was a home run, and it was the only run she allowed. Also struck out a batter. And gave up 6 hits and 2 runs against Cal, lasting just an inning and a third. But, she had a great start. She was off to a hot start that game. There's a cold strike 3. There you go, Katie, 1 away.
That's a good spot. Now, in Ayanna Frank's defense, that pitch has been a little non-existent all night. So I understand the take, but there's always, but with 2 strikes, that pitch is too close to take, but it has been a ball all night.
Here is Alana Scott, and there's a strike. So you have Ayanna Frank followed by Alana Scott. Forgive me if I've botched that at any point tonight.
I botched it from the get-go, writing it in my scorebook. I had to start my scorebook with scratches and erases all through it. I was very unhappy about it.
It's a rather long between pitches break that they've given Alana Scott there. She asked for time. The 0-1, a little bit out. 1-1. When Kirsten Deal is on and cooking, think last year, a couple really strong outings early against Long Beach State, had the great performance against Texas where she shut them down here. She's pounding the zone. The 1-1 is looped into shallow left field. Malloy comes racing in. A sliding catch. Big time defense from Tia Malloy, who came sliding in. Never a doubt. 2 away.
You just got to love the communication. Those Texas leaguers, they get dicey real quick. Your infielder gets your early call, and you could just see it unfold. Parker taking the early call. Tia Malloy coming in with the late call to make the play.
Here's Taylor Sims.
And I think what's even more impressive about that, that play should be made, but you've got a shortstop that hasn't been playing a lot of time there, right? Those are things you work on in practice that when you start working on them, the first couple goes, they don't look too hot, right? And you're like, guys, we got to communicate. We got to make this isn't that hard, but we've got to communicate. So seeing the communication be flawless like that, just kind of, again, jack of all trades.
Well, we are not in any rush to let people know about pinch hitters or get these batters in the box here. Actually, this is Taylor Sims. What has the delay been between these at bats? Here's the first pitch to Sims. It's up high, ball 1.
It has been slow.
I don't have I don't have plans tonight, so don't start texting
I thought we were going to the
and
casino.
tweeting at us. Well, if Sid Barker hits another one, Justin Yahola, we're on our way, buddy. Taylor Sims on the game so far is 0 for 1. There's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. I wonder if we'll see Berkeley Zakay in the 5th. Can't quite make out if anyone's throwing in the Sooner dugout. Or if things go well for Katie, go get another inning of confidence. 15-1, the Sooners lead it. 1-1, fouled straight back. Ball and 2 strikes.
Well, I feel like Katie needs some reps. And, when you're watching, and we talk a lot about when Kirsten Deal is at her best, she's hitting spots, but more than that, her misses are quality and sharp misses.
Right.
And, and I think that's something for Deal throughout this season so far. Her misses just don't have that bite.
Pitch misses up like that.
And that example right there, right? Trying to get that rise ball. Again, getting her the reps to where she is working her movement pitches through the plate. And I feel like that's that's the key right now that is missing a little bit for Deal, and just getting that confidence back and letting her pitches move. Not trying to move or spot her pitches, letting her pitches and letting the spin and her mechanics. Just let her pitches do what they do.
Little time back and forth called there. Now we're ready. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ooh, that just missed outside, full count. When I say a little odd timing situation there, Katie had kind of waved off maybe a potential pitch change, and I think Sims just got frustrated with it and asked for time. Stepped out. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch popped up, foul, out of play. 15 runs on 11 hits for the Sooners. They have hit their 70th home run of the season. On the second home run of the inning, in the third from Lexi McDaniel. She's got 2 in the game. The Sooners are up big. It's 15-1. Here's the 3-2. Fouled. Rolls out to Deal, who goes ahead and follows through and short hops it to first. Give Lexi McDaniel a little more work on the short hops. Good thinking. I like that.
I think that's one of my and I think it's because lefty pitcher, one of my favorite things, taking that curveball, running it in so hard in on the hands that it gets fouled off the body of the hitter.
The 3-2. Boy, that's hammered. Deep to right center field, and it is gone. Taylor Sims is fired up as she rounds third. And Katie gives up the 2-run homer. Oklahoma's still in control, but it's 15-3. Pardon me. Yeah, 15-3. Second home run of the game for Alabama State.
Well, and very similar. Again, Sims doing a good job taking that ball opposite field right after I'm talking about a pitch being in on the hand so much that she just fouled it off of her body. Then recognizing the pitch on the outer half, not quite getting to the corner. We've seen 2 home runs be hit off of Sooner pitching here tonight. Both 2-strike pitches that are catching way too much plate.
Still 2 away. Addison Giles, who came in at first base, will bat here. After 2 obstruction calls on Bailey Williams, Camise Patterson made a change. Kirsten Deal is confused by the pitch call right now. Oh, they're going to give her a timing violation.
Yep.
Ball 1. Bella Emmerling tried to call time, but they're going to say ball 1. Third time we've seen the Sooners dinged with a timing violation this year. There's a ground ball to short. Alyssa Parker, boy, she looks smooth everywhere. Inning over. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Oklahoma gives up 2 on the 2-run homer from Taylor Sims, but they're still in control, leading at 15-3. Sooner softball is presented by Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. And today's game is brought to you by the OU Energy Partners, celebrating Oklahoma's oil and gas industry. This is Sooner softball from Learfield.
Let's welcome the Rudy's Junior PA announcer, Zoe, Alyssa Parker's sister from Pensacola, Oklahoma.
This game is brought to you by the OU Energy Partners, celebrating Oklahoma's oil and gas industry. Tia Malloy will lead things off. She's had a big night. Grand slam home run early. Helped blow the top off this one. She takes strike 1. Homered, walked, 4 runs batted in, 2 runs scored. 15 runs on 11 hits for the Sooners.
There's that changeup.
There it is.
And that's that, right? You're flirting with the line of it not having enough velocity. And there's an art to the off speed. You want to have some discrepancy in the speed, but then there's a place where it's too slow.
There's a little hopper to the right side. Deep in the hole, the play is made. The throw is in time and got it.
Good hustle from Tia Malloy.
That was a little bit of a low-key out call. I expected it to be more dramatic with how close that play seemed to be. We gotta work with Keith Kearney on that, buddy. That was a bang-bang play over at first. Scott made a nice play.
Alana Scott, second baseman for Alabama State, continuing just to be clean. I've really been impressed.
Here's Cheney Helton. Helton's 0 for 2, but has an RBI. Takes the first pitch a little bit out, ball 1.
I will say this. You've got to imagine the expectation in that Sooner dugout is to answer. One thing that they've done all day long, regardless of the score, right? You're in a position right now where you're three outs away from ending this ball game as another off-speed drops in low. But answer back. Every time a team has put some runs up on the board, we've seen this offense answer back.
Two balls and no strikes. Helton waits, takes it low. What a tough weekend for Alabama State pitchers. I was doing a little comparative between last night and tonight, if you'd like it.
Compare away, playing.
Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Ooh. Cheney Helton thought it was ball 4. She tossed her bat, and it was called strike 1. So for Amanda Cintron, she's now thrown 3 full innings against the Sooners. And in those 3 full innings, she's given up 15 hits. And add another one potentially deep to left center field. Get out of here. Is it gone? It's gone! Cheney Helton have a weekend. A home run over the left center field wall. And Oklahoma gets one back. It's 16-3 Sooners. How about the Coweta kid?
And good to see the answer. I was just talking about it, and it looks like we've got trainers heading out for left fielder Ariana Cox-Cole. She great hustle trying to rob the home run. I mean, she went into the wall hard, reached as hard as she could up over the wall. I think she just got the air knocked out of her, got the wind knocked out of her. She got up pretty quickly and actually was kind of waving the trainers off, kind of going, I'm good. But good hustle out in left field, trying to keep a run off the board. Looks to be all right, but Cheney Helton adding to it.
That is the 6th home run of the game for the Sooners. It is their 9th home run of the day, which brings their season total to 71 home runs. Home runs this year brought to you by Brahms Ice Cream and Dairy Stores, farm fresh for over 50 years.
I mean, we really do, Plank. We start getting into the conversation. I don't want to get overzealous. As pitch low, called a strike. You start getting into the conversation of 161, 164. I mean, at this pace,
might blow by it. The 0-1 is that flip change that drops in for a strike. Pickering doesn't even move in the batter's box. Nods her head, kind of kicks the dirt around, and she's behind, no balls and 2 strikes. Picks 2 for 3 tonight with 2 doubles, 2 RBI, and 2 runs scored. A lesser announcer would say deuces are wild. The bouncer back to the circle. Nice play by Cintron, and there's 2 away. All right, let's hear Alyssa Parker's sister announcer. She's the junior PA today.
Now batting 00, Alyssa Parker.
you'd hope she'd get that name right.
I was hoping she'd say my big sister.
Aw.
First pitch is in, a little low. Oh, a little low, ball 1. 469 batting average for the Big Smooth. 8 home runs, 24 runs batted in. Here comes the 1-0. In for a strike.
In for a strike at 41 miles an hour.
I heard from the great Andrea Gasso, who just sent a text that said 71 and it's February 27th.
No, that's I'm going.
71 home runs. The 1-1 pitch misses low and away.
Now, I mean, we're having some serious conversations. I mean, that's unreal. There's going to be a lot of teams that don't even sniff 70 home runs the entire season.
Here's the 2-1 pitch, a little bit low, ball 3.
I mean,
Brady Vernon, whom I like a lot, writes for Softball America. He tweeted earlier and asked what would be the over-under if Oklahoma and UCLA played in runs, and I said, what, at least 10.5. And yeah.
I hope we've got the under.
Yeah, exactly. I'd hope they'd have like the 9, but it is apparently not even. People are telling me I'm crazy that it would be the over for runs. If you set an over-under for OU and UCLA playing each other, they'd be looking like 15 or 16. I mean, look at the scores already today. Melissa Parker walks here, Sid Barker. I mean, UCLA and Florida are playing there in the bottom of the 5th, and it's 15-9 as that pitch misses low to Barker, ball 1. Sid on the night has homered. She's doubled. She's had a game. The 1-0. There's that flip change that falls just low. So all total tonight for Sid Barker, that would be 3? Yeah, 3 runs batted in, 2 runs scored. Stay hot. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. That's in for a strike, 2-1.
The outside corner is a strike now. We've established it.
This has changed, hasn't
yeah.
it, as the game has progressed?
Now, in theory, the strike zone should not change regardless of score, regardless, but it has widened up a little bit.
2-1 is way outside, ball 3. I'll tell you what, man, Alabama State hasn't lacked energy in their dugout. They had a dance party before the start of the inning.
Oh, they've got like Bridgerton fans. Like they're down there doing like the
fancy fans.
Yes.
The 3-1 is ball 4. Pretty good at bat for Sid Barker. And here comes Lexi McDaniel. Bob Ford is proud to honor service members through the Patriot of the Game. To nominate a Patriot, visit bobmoreford.com/hero. Gonna have a trip to the circle here. Coca-Cola, passionate fans and a nice cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. Fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola. And you can listen to all things college sports, including live games and talk on SiriusXM College Sports Radio Channel 84 and streaming on the SiriusXM app. I'll be on tomorrow morning from 8 to 11 a.m. You guys want to check it out as a pregame on 84, proud supporters of college sports. All right, so Sid Barker is aboard. You've got Alyssa Parker standing at second base, and you've got a 13-run lead. And I keep going back to something that Coach Gasso said in our pregame conversation. You better not get bored.
Yep. and this is it, right? And again, that's why I think answering that 2-run shot was so important.
Yeah.
But again, not done. You're in a situation here, 2 outs, runners in scoring position. These are the types of moments that I think when she's saying don't get bored, these are the types of moments where she's going, this is where you've got to continue to push and clutch up, because you're going to be in this moment when it's 1-1 in the 6th.
First pitch is low for ball 1 to Lexi McDaniel, who is 3 for 3 with 2 home runs. The Sooners have already had 2 players hit 3 home runs in a single game this year. Could McDaniel be the 3rd? She'll take that off speed for strike 1. You want on pace guy for home runs?
Yeah.
According to the incredibly in-depth research by Jessica Bain, if they keep the pace of 3, there's a line drive base hit in left field. Everyone will move up 60. It's a 4-hit game for Lexi McDaniel. 4 for 4 for Lexi McDaniel with 2 home runs and 2 singles. If the Sooners average 3.94 home runs a game, then they're on pace for 228 home runs this year.
That's not realistic. Now, I sound like a naysayer. I don't mean it of like this team can't do it. That's not what I mean. But you can't tell me. I mean, you're almost
That's
4 home runs
crazy.
a game. Now, right now, what they're doing, the pace is outrageous.
Yeah, first pitch is a strike.
But the pace is so outrageous, I don't know how you keep that pace through May. I guess that's my point.
I would agree with you. It's impressive, that's for sure. No balls and a strike. Little low to Bella Immerling, who also homered earlier today.
I have to sneak a late shot out of that.
Sure.
Is that allowed?
I mean, there's no rules
All
on
right.
this. It's
Okay.
your
Well, I
call.
have to because the McKee family, Craig and Monica, are listening right now. But Craig and his son Reed had us on all day as soon as they got out of school, like on the car, in the car line, on the car ride home,
Nice.
all day.
There's a hard hit ball down the right field line, foul.
In more.
Well, it could take all day to drive around more, so I
This is true.
understand.
This is true.
Whose decision was it to put a stoplight 10 feet after another stoplight on the busiest road in Moore? Like, what are we doing? Come on, 19th Street, I'm looking at you. McDaniel at first, Barker at second, Alyssa Parker at third. Ball and 2 strikes, the pitch. Line drive, base hit, center field. Alyssa Parker scores easily. Here comes Sid Barker. It's a 2-run single that was smashed back up the middle by Bella Immerling, and it's 18-3 Sooners.
Emmerling really doing a good job her last couple of at-bats. Hit the home run back in the third, but we're seeing her. I feel like it's kind of Jekyll and Hyde at in the box a little bit for her tonight. Really great at-bats, and then a little early, but good to see her just making in-game adjustments.
Alana Agbayani will re-enter to hit here. Oh, how'd she do? Oh, she did
Spot
great.
on.
She did great.
That even got a round of applause, as it should.
I was late on the microphone. I'm sorry. Well done. Here's the first pitch to Agbayani with runners at first and second, and misses outside. Ball 1. They were cheering her on from the administrator's suite. Her family was over there cheering her on too. That's pretty cool to see. Agbayani tonight officially 1 for 1. She's walked twice and she takes a strike
That's
here.
a tough strike call.
It's 18-3. There's only been 3 runs in here in the bottom of the 4th inning, and I feel like the 4th inning has gone on for like
It's
2
been a minute.
hours. This game pushes past the hour and 30-minute mark. There's that off speed again, just misses.
And you can just kind of see the approach with that. We've talked about it. The changeup, it's coming in around 40 miles an hour. There hasn't been a single Sooner hitter even swing at it. Just letting it come in, whether it's a called strike or a ball, just leaving it be and making Cintron go back to her fastball.
2-1 pitches in for a strike, 2-2. I really, really, really appreciate those of you with an 18-3 lead after winning a game 13-3 that are still booing a strike call on a pitch that was a little bit up. I'm here for you guys.
Got Cobra Cry in the stands. No mercy.
That's right. Sweep the leg, Johnny. 2-2 is low, ball 3. Abby Dayton waits on deck. This is also, I mean, I think a lot about Coach Gasso and how much of a proponent of sportsmanship
Yep.
and of being a good steward of the game. You can't kneel it out in softball. You know, you can't say, all right, go take 4 knees. It's just not how the game works. 3-2. Line drive, base hit, left center field. Bella Immerling will score easily. It's 19-3 on an RBI single from Ilana Agbayani.
Just lacing the ball the other way. You know, and right on cue, Plank, you're talking about not being able to wave the flag, but it's tough to do too. Again, and we saw this last night. That's how that game got so out of hand, right? I mean, we're pushing 24 runs right now.
Right.
But that's how that game got so out of hand. Is it every at bat is quality,
Right.
and I think it makes it tough. And it's also too, it's a fine line. Love it.
There's Abby Dayton, first pitch, a little bit in, ball 1.
But it's also that line too of of, and you hear Coach say it a lot, you never want to disrespect a team. It's also when you're holding up runners. I mean,
Sure,
Coach Gasso's
yeah.
still sending runners because, I think on the other side of the coin, that's RBIs taken away from your players. But
That's
that's
right.
also disrespectful as well, holding up players.
1-0 pitch misses. It's 2 balls and no strikes to Abby Dayton. She's 0 for 1 with 2 runs scored because she's walked twice. Bats here with runners at first and third and 2 outs. The pitch just low. "15 hits. Of those 15 hits, 6 of them are home runs. The Sooners on the season have now as a team hit 71 home runs this year. 3-0 is in for a strike. Remember last time Dayton was up, she swung at a 3-0 pitch, flied out to left field.
Hit hard.
Took that one there. Now I'm at the point where I want to see if the Sooners can score 20. You know, it's
I like that better than 19. It's a nice round number.
Thank you, Abby
That'll do
Dayton.
it.
Line drive, deep left center field. It'll take a hop and hit off the wall. 1 run will score. Here comes Ilana Agbayani. She'll score. It's 21-3 Oklahoma on a 2-run double from Abby Dayton. And the Sooners will bat around in the 4th.
Same thing of what we've seen just consistently from the Sooners, taking the ball the other way. Again, Cintron does not have huge velocity, but she also is throwing in that off speed a ton. I think almost every batter who has come to the plate has seen it at least once. So you see these Sooner hitters sitting late rhythm and just taking the ball the other way. And not just taking the ball the other way, lacing the ball the other way.
Quick meeting in the circle. Abby Dayton's all fired up as she jogs back to second base. Whether Brahms is your stop for a burger and ice cream or your weekly trip for groceries from the Fresh Market, Brahms is proud to be a part of your family's tradition. Brahms Farm Fresh for over 50 years, proud partner of OU Athletics. And Planet Fitness is a proud partner of Sooner Softball with multiple locations in Oklahoma. Planet Fitness can help you with whatever you're getting strong for. Join today. And Riverwind Casino. Riverwind Casino's gaming floor has nearly 3,000 of your favorite games, complemented by a variety of bars, restaurants, and the best live music in the metro. It's no surprise that Riverwind Casino is the official entertainment destination of OU Athletics. Strike 1 to Tia Malloy, who is 1 for 2 with a grand slam home run, a walk and a run scored. 21-3 Oklahoma. And that ball's hit well and deep to center field. It's a 2-homer day for Tia. Line him up, Tia McCoy. A bomb over the center field wall, and Oklahoma now leads it 23-3, and Tia Malloy is having herself a day, her 5th and 6th RBI here tonight. Wow.
We're not that lucky, right? We were talking about we're probably going to hit a home run in this game. Was my bet.
Did it twice.
Twice. And again, you can just see all day long, even in game 1 and the at-bats she got last night, in the way that she is taking her hacks. I mean, she doesn't get cheated, but they are not these overly aggressive, just big swings. They're purposeful, and you can just see it in the way that she's stepping in the box.
First pitch ball to Cheney Helton. Cheney's 1 for 3 tonight, got her first start as an Oklahoma Sooner. Hit a home run earlier this inning. It's weird to look down and say, oh yeah, she did that, and that was earlier this inning. There's another hard hit ball deep down the left field line, slicing out of play. Boy, our junior PA are really getting to know our PA guys. Andrew Shepard is the PA guy tonight.
They're having a blast in there.
I was going to say, and earlier, we have the lineup card out. And then earlier tonight in the 4th inning, when our buddy Taylor Maples was over there, I felt like those half innings lasted forever. So plenty of time. We're going to get a pitching change here
They're building a resume over there.
Yeah.
Our junior PA announcers.
We'll go ahead and keep it here. And, you know, there is this part of Camise Patterson who knows there's bigger games to come for this program, at least in, more meaningful games for them, right? There's not going to be many bigger opponents than getting to play here in Norman against Oklahoma. But they've also got to protect some of their staff. And, oh, by the way, these two teams play again tomorrow. So we'll have a pitching change here as Alabama State will go to the pin. And they'll go back to, what number do we have there? Which way do they go? They go, center is out. So they're going to go back to their, Caitlin Hill. They're going back to their starter. These would not be easy numbers to identify if you're having to call like a football game, part because of some of the long ponytails, right? Because you can't see the numbers. But it's not the easiest color combination. It's like a gold on gray. All right, so a mid-at-bat pitching change with a ball and a strike. Pitcher who started this thing out checks back in, and Helton hits this one pretty well to left field. But at the warning track, the catch is made by Cox Cole, and it puts to an end a marathon bottom of the fourth inning. Oklahoma puts 8 more on the board, and as we head to the fifth, it's Oklahoma 23, Alabama State 3. And as we await 3 more outs, Sooners will bring in a new pitcher and have a new look defensively. So Sydney Burzon will take over in the circle. Cassidy Pickering is over at first base. Lexi McDaniel has shifted to second, with Alyssa Parker at short and Sid Barker at third. First pitch from Burzon is a strike. Coach Gasso is actually having a conversation right now with Coach Patterson while the game's going on, as Tiffany Bruss leads it off and takes the first pitch for strike one. I'm not going to lie, I was distracted. I was watching Coach kind of talk it through. No balls and 2 strikes. Bounced foul. The great Brandy Casey has checked in. She said she's getting the ESPN app to work.
Well, there you
now
go.
We have a battle going on right now. Is this
Someone's
somebody's
lying?
phone? Somebody be fibbing out there. Thank you, Brandy. The 0-2 misses low. 23-3. You heard that right. And Sydney Burzon checks in. Would really like to see things get going for Burzon. She pitched 2/3 of an inning earlier today in the win over Sam Houston State. Grounder to third. Sid Barker is up with it, throws one away. All right, I was in the middle of setting that infield whenever we saw Coach Gasso having the conversation, which was absolutely amicable between her and Camise Patterson. So Pickering's in at first, McDaniel at second, Alyssa Parker at short, Sid Barker at third. Tia Malloy has gone the whole way in left. Abby Dayton at center, and Cheney Helton, who's gone the whole way in right. Here is the first pitch to Janiyah Boykin. It's in for a strike. Boykin is, well, she's only had 1 plate appearance and she walked. The 0-1, low and away. We haven't seen a lot from Sydney Burzon this season, but what have you thought so far of what we've seen from the LSU transfer?
You know, it's a different look, and I think that that's one thing that she really brings to this staff. Now, she has these long levers, and a lot of times when you see, you know, the jealousy in me comes out, like tall pitchers. I don't know what that life is, but, you know, these long levers, and it's just a little bit of a slower motion as that ball's lined into center field for a single, bounces off the knee. That keeps it in front for Abby Dayton.
Abby Dayton tried to jump up and make a play.
You can see she thought about it.
Yeah.
Thought better of it to keep the ball in front. But it's just it's a different look. And, again, it doesn't have that power necessarily behind it, but she's got, she throws in the mid-60s. I mean, it's not like she's tossing the ball up there, but it's just a completely different look for this staff.
I like her.
Yeah.
She's got I haven't had a chance to really get to know her all that well yet, just kind of being around her and seeing how she interacts with her teammates. She's got a very cool vibe about her. First pitch swinging. Look out in the on-deck circles. That's Brooke Ramsey fouling it right towards Jabrielle Terrell.
Well, I think part of it, too, when you've got a pitcher who has sort of, again, she's very calm, cool, collected in the circles, just gets the ball and goes about her business. There's nothing flashy about it. Sometimes that's a good thing to kind of settle things down.
This could be 2 to second for 1 to first. Bring it up and call it a night. The Sooners sweep the day in dominating fashion. A run rule win over Sam Houston State, and they top it off with a 23-3 run rule win over Alabama State. Dominating day for the Sooners. The Brahms postgame show is next. This is Sooner Softball from Learfield. All right. You are good to roll if you want.
All right, away.